Have you ever tried to manifest something and ended up frustrated? Be careful. These 4 mistakes might be destroying your chances of success. You know that feeling of doing everything right, visualizing, thinking positively, and still nothing happens? If you've been through this, you're not alone. Today, I'm going to reveal exactly why this happens and how you can avoid these mistakes that are sabotaging your manifestation. Let's start with the most common mistake, one that I see being shared every day on social media, the famous think and grow rich. Now, don't get me wrong. Napoleon Hill, despite being a controversial figure, has helped many people achieve success. The problem isn't the book itself, but how people interpret and apply this concept today. Most people, influenced by modern, law of attraction authors focused on marketing, fall into a dangerous trap. They believe that just by changing their thoughts and visualizing, they will magically get everything they desire. And when that doesn't happen, they give up, return to their old way of life, and, worse, completely lose faith in their own power of co-creation. Let me tell you something interesting. When I started studying manifestation, I had a teacher who followed an Eastern-style approach, blending mentalism and esoteric Buddhism. He taught us a meditation from a Japanese school that completely changed my perspective on manifestation. Imagine this. We had to perform a specific mudra, mentally count to 81, a mystical number in the East. And if we lost track for even a second, we had to start over. And that's not all. We did this in the Seiza position, sitting on our feet and knees. If you've never tried it, let me tell you, for us Westerners with wider hips, this position is a real challenge. It's uncomfortable, it hurts, and it requires a lot of training. To finish, we had to tuck our chin into our chest, empty our minds, and hold our breath for as long as possible. None of this was pleasant or inspiring like the motivational videos we see everywhere. But do you know what this exercise really taught? Purpose, intention, focus, and perseverance, elements that are far more important and effective than just staying optimistic if you truly want to manifest something in your life. Modern law of attraction marketing deliberately ignores this part of the process. Why? Simple. To make consuming this content more enjoyable and promising, leading to more consumption. It's a massive industry that thrives on exaggerated promises while hiding the challenging parts of manifestation. The truth is, manifestation requires time, action, even when that action is letting go, perseverance, and maintenance. It's not a straight upward path like many promise. It's winding, with ups and downs, and often more downs than ups. The secret is to keep faith and purpose even when everything seems to be going wrong. Now let's move on to the second fatal mistake. Wanting to be rich, be happy, be loved. Sounds great, right? But here's the problem. These concepts are extremely vague and personal. They vary from person to person, from culture to culture. And even when they manifest in external things like money or relationships, they rarely last if there's no substance behind them. Let me tell you an old Chinese story that illustrates this perfectly. There was an extremely skilled archer. One day, his master blindfolded him, spun him around several times until he was dizzy, and asked him to shoot. The archer, who always hit his target, shot in a completely wrong direction. When he asked his master the reason for this seemingly meaningless exercise, he received an answer that changed his life. It's so you learn that even with a bow and arrow in hand, your skill means little. No one can hit a target they don't know exists. The third mistake is even more subtle and mathematical, trying to go from 0 to 1. It seems simple, but there's a deep truth here. In mathematics, we know that 1/3 is 0.33, 2/3 is 0, 6, but 3/3 is 1. Between 0 and 1, there is an infinite difference. It's the difference between having and not having. Think about computers. Their entire programming is based on zeros and ones. It's the basic language of creation. But here's the crucial point. You don't go from 0 to 1 all at once. You have to build that path. Once you have one, multiplying and dividing becomes much easier. But that first step, going from not having to having, is the biggest challenge. That's why the Bible is full of codes and esoteric allegories. Remember the multiplication of loaves and fishes. Jesus didn't make food rain from the sky. He first asked what people had. Multiplication and growth can only start from a unit. It's a fundamental law of manifestation, just as important as the law of attraction. And now we reach the fourth and final mistake, the dictatorship of gratitude. Let me share a personal experience. I was at an international event called the 21 Convention, where I met Robert Glover, an author I initially didn't appreciate much. He talked about how creating a gratitude journal changed his life, and that of a psychiatrist colleague, developing an abundance mindset regarding money and relationships. Gratitude is, without a doubt, powerful. It's the foundation of the Korean manifestation system by Soo-Yoon Lee, which I follow. Practicing gratitude at a specific time, in my case 11:11 a.m., can really clear manifestation channels and strengthen self-confidence. But here's the problem. When the idea is sold that gratitude solves everything, a dictatorship of gratitude is created. People get angry if you say thank you instead of gratitude. Others believe that if you're not constantly grateful, you're attracting bad things. This mindset can do more harm than good. Let me illustrate this with the story of a Ronin, a masterless Japanese warrior. This Ronin hermit used to walk through the forests at night. One night he stepped on a nail. His foot got infected, and even trying to meditate and focus on his healthy foot, the pain was unbearable. He sought a local Zen master, asking how to concentrate on the comfort of his right foot instead of the pain in his left. The master, instead of giving a direct answer, asked him to gather certain herbs. Over several visits, he treated the Ronin's foot with these herbs. When his foot was finally healed, the master said, "It's much easier and more natural to be aware of your right foot when the left one is no longer stopping you from walking." This story teaches us something crucial. Some problems need to be faced and solved, not just ignored with positive thinking. As my Korean master often says, be grateful even if you only have $1. Be grateful for your dollar. She's not saying to settle for less, but to acknowledge what you have while working for more. The real secret to using gratitude correctly is compassion. Don't ignore your feelings for the sake of methods or shoulds. Manifestation happens through you in the world, not the other way around. Gratitude is essential, yes, but it shouldn't be used as a mask to hide your true emotions and needs. So what should you do? Start by recognizing where you are. Be honest with yourself about your goals. Set clear and specific targets. Practice gratitude, but don't force yourself to feel grateful when you're not. And most importantly, remember, manifestation is a process, not an event. If you truly want to master the art of manifestation, you need to understand that there are no shortcuts. It takes dedication, practice, and above all, authenticity. Keep following for more content on conscious manifestation and true personal development. And tell me in the comments, which of these mistakes have you made? Your answer might help others going through the same journey. See you in the next one.